Okay, I'm going to have a conversation with this person, and I'm going to ask everybody that follows me to try and be respectful, even though I vehemently disagree with this person on a wide range of subjects. This person always approaches me in a somewhat respectful manner. We have our moments, he and I, but he tries to be respectful, and as a result of that, I try to be respectful back. We are never going to agree, I don't believe, but I do try to have a respectful conversation with this person because he does try to have one with me. If you guys feel like you can't have a respectful conversation with him, it's on you. I'm just saying that if you can, for me, I would appreciate it if you tried to be respectful to this person. Unlike the masses of other unwashed miscreants that come into the comment sections that I do video replies to. We're talking about the issue of tampons being made available in boys' and men's bathrooms. And I made a video talking about tampons in boys' bathrooms, and I said, "What does it affect you?" It doesn't. If you're not going to use the tampon, it doesn't affect you. Why are you even thinking about tampons in a public restroom when you're just supposed to be getting in and getting out? Right? Go in there, do your business, get the fuck out. What is going on in your mind that you're thinking about it? And then he gave me this approach. Tactical gave me this approach. Tom, as a taxpayer, it does affect that person if he or she pays taxes for that school district on BS stuff. Okay, the first thing I would say is this. This is the first time anybody has approached me with this argument from a fiscal standpoint, right? Every single argument that I see in my comment sections, that I read in articles, that I read from elected officials, it's not from a taxpayer standpoint. It's not from a financial standpoint. It's from an anti-trans standpoint. So while you may be approaching this subject from this standpoint, everybody else seemingly is not. They're approaching it from a standpoint of tampons being in bathrooms is somehow going to push the trans agenda onto straight boys. That somehow boys are going to walk into a public bathroom, see a tampon dispenser on the wall, and all of a sudden become trans. You are literally the first person that's ever approached me in opposition to this particular thing and approached it from a standpoint of we shouldn't be spending money on it. Now, we'll deal with the money in just a second. I need to wet my whistle. Dickie's Barbecue. Anywho's. Financial. You say that it affects that person if they're a taxpayer in that school district and the school district is wasting money on BS stuff. I don't think healthcare is BS stuff. I don't. I think that if there's a trans boy, a person that was born a girl and is transitioning to a boy but still has, for the lack of a better way of putting it, girl parts, and they use the boys' bathroom and they need this for their healthcare, then I don't view that as BS stuff. And I know that this is anecdotal evidence, okay? I am well aware that what I'm about to say is anecdotal evidence, but you also know that what I'm about to say happens all over the country all the time. And that is this. We'll have people in our community that will refer to maybe, and I don't know if our schools have tampons in the boys' bathrooms. I'm sure if they did that, we would hear about it on the local pages by now. But we'll have people in these towns that will refer to tampons in boys' bathrooms as wasteful spending. It's BS stuff, right? While at the same time having no issue with things like our high school has been doing for the last few years, which is spend tens of millions of dollars on athletic. We spent millions of dollars putting in a gigantic new digital scoreboard for the football team, new work being done in the bleachers / stands areas of the football field, and then took out the entire football field and replaced it with this new state-of-the-art, it's not an AstroTurf, but it's not real grass, it's a weird funky thing, and then built the new track around it. And listen, I'm all in favor of having all of those facilities for the people that do track and that do football and other sporting events, and I don't have a problem with having the facilities, but when we see tens of millions of dollars going to baseball fields and football fields and basketball courts and volleyball and all of the stuff that's extracurricular, and then turn around and complain about what is most probably one of the smallest expenses any school district would probably face, which is putting additional tampon dispensers in boys' bathrooms, and complain about it from a fiscal standpoint, you're going to have to forgive me, but I'm going to call a little bit of bullshit on that. I would rather spend our money making sure that our kids have the things that they need for their health before making sure that they have a nice, big, beautiful digital scoreboard for millions of taxpayer dollars. I can't remember the exact amount. Maybe that scoreboard itself wasn't millions, but the total that we put into the football field sure as fuck was.